We all want to be wealthy and successful, but we usually look for the shortcut, holding out hope for a sudden, overnight success. Psychologists call this a fixed mindset, translating into what Dr. Brad Klontz calls a poor mindset. It's the belief that wealth, talent, and intelligence are fixed traits handed out by pure luck. When you believe your success is tied to luck, you set yourself up for failure. If you don't get a massive windfall right away, you assume you simply don't have what it takes, and you quit. We do this with intelligence, too. We look at a historical genius and assume they were simply born that way, bypassing the years of grueling process behind their work. Relying on windfalls or innate talent is a mathematical failure. To gain wealth or intelligence, you must abandon the hero complex and build a mechanical system. In finance, that mechanical system has a name: the Systematic Investment Plan, or SIP. It is the exact antidote to the windfall fantasy.
Let's set a concrete target: 10 crore rupees, about $1.2 million in your account by age 50, assuming you're 25 today. Look at this line chart. It maps the exact input required to hit that target, investing 25,000 rupees a month, increasing that amount by 10% each year, and assuming a 12% return. The line stays relatively flat for years and then curves sharply upward. This happens because of rupee cost averaging. As we zoom into the timeline, notice how the deposits keep happening even when the market dips. When prices are low, your fixed monthly amount naturally buys more units, protecting you from volatility. Automation removes human emotion and fear from the equation by scheduling these deposits to leave your account before you have a chance to spend them. You don't need a massive initial deposit to become incredibly wealthy. You just need the disciplined, automated compounding of time. Now, what happens if we take this exact mathematical logic and apply it to the human body? The World Health Organization has laid out global guidelines for aging that function perfectly as a biological SIP. Achieving long-term health doesn't require a biological windfall, like suddenly deciding to run an ultramarathon. It requires a strict baseline of 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity every single week. You can break that target down into highly manageable 10-minute bouts. Think of these short sessions as small, non-negotiable monthly deposits into your physical account. The compounded returns on these tiny biological investments are massive. Over time, they result in lower rates of heart disease, denser bones, and crucially, much higher cognitive function after the age of 65. Your long-term physical resistance to disease relies on the exact same principle as a multi-million-dollar retirement fund: small, consistent deposits. We can turn this framework inward, too. The compounding law applies directly to our intelligence. Psychologist Carol Dweck identified the growth mindset, the understanding that your intelligence and talents are developing assets rather than fixed traits. This is driven by neuroplasticity. When you learn something new, your brain physically adapts. Its pathways branch out and connect, forming a denser, efficient network. This biological change only occurs when the brain is pushed to tackle new, uncomfortable challenges. Choosing to face those challenges requires an internal locus of control, the fundamental belief that your effort actually determines your outcome. Intellect builds like a compounded asset, growing as you systematically invest effort into your own neural network over years of practice. We need to redefine what it means to be rich. True wealth is built on 5 pillars: money, health, knowledge, time, and relationships. Financial wealth is entirely fragile on its own. A 10 crore bank account offers no real value if your body is failing or you lack the cognitive health to enjoy it. While financial status is often temporary, being poor involves a mindset that refuses to habituate the process of investing in the future. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the massive paycheck or a sudden, fleeting burst of motivation to finally start. Set up daily, systematic habits across your finances, your health, and your learning. Automate the decisions wherever you can, and let the system do the heavy lifting. True wealth across every area of your life is the inevitable outcome of trusting a consistent compounding process.